Welcome to my 28th Python course. In this course, we're going to be working with modules in Python. So let's begin. We've already talked about modules in Python. So in this course, we're going to be working with modules. That is, we're going to be using classes and objects in this course. So in this main.py file, let's write some code. So let's create a class for set. Class set. Note uppercase S, Python naming convention. Now click on enter, 4 spaces, which is called an indentation. Then I'm going to be creating a constructor. Def underscore underscore init underscore underscore self. Then let me give this string 1 and string 2. Self dot string 1 is equal to string 1. Then self dot string 2 is equal to string 2, like this. Now we have so many methods for sets. We have intersection, we have a subset, we have difference, we have union. So let's just create some. Def, let's create intersection first. Intersection, like this. This is going to take a self because we want to be accessing this attribute, string 1 and string 2. So def intersection self. Now what kind of algorithm are we going to use to check if to print out the intersection of two strings? Now firstly, let's look through string 1. For s in string 1, it should be self dot string 1. We must use self to access it. For s in self dot string 1, if s in self dot string 2, like this, we are going to be returning intersection, right? So let's say intersect should be a string. We want to return a string. Then we can say intersect plus equal to s. Then return intersect, like this. Now let's create another one. Def union self. This is just going to return self dot string 1 plus self dot string 2. But what if we have duplicate values in both string? Don't worry, I'm going to talk about that later. So let's just create another method. Def is subset. This is taking a self. Now what kind of algorithm are we going to use for this is subset? Let's say count is equal to 0. I'm thinking what kind of algorithm to use. Okay, for I in self dot string 1, so if I in self dot string 2, right, then count plus equal to 1. Then if count is equal to, now let's just choose something like return true, or return count is equal to the length of self dot string 1, like this. What are we getting? We got no errors. I think we still have one method to create, so let's create different. You can create some other method yourself, like creating symmetric difference and other stuffs like that. So let's create different. Def difference like this, and let's give this self. Then diff is equal to string. If you don't understand what is different is subset is union intersection, go back to my set in Python. It is very easy to understand. Yeah, you just have to work with set in Python. It's a very useful course. So def different self diff is equal to an empty string. Now I'm gonna look through self.string1 right away. Then I'm gonna check if I not in I forgot to type in here. If I not in self.string2, then I can say diff plus equal to I, right? And let's return diff. Now let's say we've created a module. Now all we have to do now is just to instantiate this set class on that display, right? But we are not going to be instantiating this set class under of display because it is a module, right? So right click on your project. Let's create a new Python file. So let's call it app. Then we can import this set class in this app.py by typing import the name of the Python file which the set is. So import main like this. So we've imported main. Now we can instantiate this set class in this app. But let's do something like this. Instead of importing main, let's type from main import set, which is the name of the class set. Now let's instantiate this set. So let's say a is equal to, since we are taking a string1 and string2, we can also input a number but must be a string like this. So let's say 234 b is equal to, let's just open this number like this. You know, we have duplicate numbers and also we have numbers here, so let me just add two more, and let me say new set is equal to set, then a b. So string1 string2. Now I can print new set dot intersection. So let's run this code. Now my output is 234 because we have all the elements that is in A are also in B. So if I should clear this 4 off and run this code again, you're going to get 2, 3 because that is the intersection. Now let me copy this, paste it here, and input 234 here, and let's see what we're going to get. Now we got 323, but we are working with set. Set does not accept duplicate value, so we have to go back to our main.py and fix that error by writing a method that we're going to use throughout all of this method that is going to remove duplicate values. So let's write that. Def remove duplicate like this, and just this is self, but we don't have to give this self because we want to use this method for all of these methods, right? So this remove duplicate must be a static method. So to identify a static method, you're going to be adding this annotation at static, like this method. It already gave me the suggestion. So we have at static method. You see, this self is not colored now. It now looks like a real argument. So let's give this a string, right? Then I'm going to be looping through string, but the string that I'm going to be returning out should be new string, like this. So for I in string, if I not in new string, right? So we're going to say new string plus equal to I, then return new string. So this is a static method. Now we can go under all of this method and use that remove duplicate method. Self dot remove duplicate. As you already know, we are going to be using self to access every method in a class. So in this place also, let's add self dot remove duplicate, like this. This subset doesn't need remove duplicate. Difference yap, we need to add to difference self dot remove dup. Now we are using this method, static method, to reconstruct all other methods, right? Now let's go back to our app.py and run this code. Now the output is 32. It has already removed the duplicate value. Now let's check if it is subset AB. Now we have false because A is not a subset of B, even though A has 4 in it. Now we see that all values of B are in A, right? But we are still going to get false because A comes first and we are working with subset unless we create a superset method. Let's create a superset method, and string 1 is going to change to string 2. String 2 is going to change to string 1. Shall we? So let's create that. Def is superset we're going to be using count again. Count is equal to 0 for I in self dot string 2 if I in self dot string 2, then count plus equal to 1. Count plus equal to 1. Here this should be string 1. Yep, because we're working with superset. Now let me return count is equal to len of string. Yeah, we have to use self. I used to forget that a lot. Self dot string 2. Now let's see what this is giving us. Indentation is not a multiple of 4. Yep. So let's do this. Accurate. Now let me go back to my app.py and check is superset right away. So let's run this code. Now the output is true because A is a superset of B and B is a subset of A. So if I should say that new set2 is equal to set of BA and print is subset, right? Now we're gonna get true. Yeah, we got false. Why do we get false? Because I'm using new set again, so I have to use new set2, this variable. Now the output will be true. Now let me work for difference. Print new set dot difference, right? We have 175 because 175 is the difference of this set. Now looking at this set, we do not have 175 in this set. Let me input 5. Now let's run this. We have 17 because that is the difference of the set. Now let's print new set2 dot difference and let's see what the output is going to be. Now we got nothing because of the definition of difference. 234, all the scrappy numbers, and I think I created another method. No, I didn't. Yeah, I created for union. Now let's try for union. Print new set dot union by calling the method with the name. Now we have the union of this set, and the thing is we can even return the sorted of this set, but our output is going to be in a list. So let me return the sorted of union. Now it has changed to list, which simply means that I can change this using .join method in Python like this. Now let's run this code. Now we have the sorted of that list, so you can apply this to all other methods. So this is just all for methods in Python. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive new notifications.